Welcome to Kahului Hongwanji Buddhist Temple's YouTube Sunday service. Today's special service is for January 30th, 2022. Normally on 5th Sundays we don't have a regular service, but today I just want to have a short service, a short little remembrance of Thich Nhat Hanh, who passed away on January 22nd, 2022, last week. So at the age of 95 years old. Thich Nhat Hanh was one of the great Buddhist teachers of our time, as most of you probably know. And he is mourned, his passing is mourned by people all over the world, Buddhists of every school and denomination, and as well as followers of every religious tradition. He was profoundly respected and loved. And I thought it would be appropriate to dedicate today's short service to really just listening to a few of his words, of his teachings. So before we get to that, I'd like to begin with the chanting of the English version of Jusege, which is called Verses Reaffirming the Vows. Jusege is a hymn of the Bodhisattva, a hymn of the Bodhisattva expressing his vow, his or her vow to strive, endure, and work unselfishly for the welfare of all beings, and emphasizing that one's own success or attainment is built on the foundation of the happiness, the well-being of all. So let us now chant verses reaffirming the vow. Thank you. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 I have made unrivaled vows and will reach the highest path. If I fail in any way, may I not attain Buddhahood. Should I not provide to all for countless kalpas to come, aid in times of suffering, may I not attain Buddhahood. I will reach enlightenment, but unless my Buddha name resounds throughout the universe, may I not attain Buddhahood. I will practice the noble path, wisely, mindfully, free of greed, seek to reach the supreme way, be a guide to one and all. May my power shine great light to illumine and dispel the darkness of the three poisons, and save all from suffering. With eyes of wisdom I'll remove the darkness of ignorance. I will close all evil paths, open gates of highest good. When I attain Buddhahood, light will shine throughout all lands, light brighter than sun and moon, outshining all heavenly lights, giving my virtues to all, not forsaking anyone. I will proclaim the Dharma like the roar of a great lion, bowing before all Buddhas, steadfastly gaining virtues, with wisdom fulfilling my vows, I shall be a guide to all, like the wisdom of my teacher. May my wisdom also shine all throughout the universe, and illumine one and all. If I shall fulfill these vows, may all lands tremble with joy. From the heavens wondrous flowers rain down upon all the lands. Namandabo, 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 namandabo. The virtue of Amida's vow is shared equally by all, together attaining awakened mind. We are born in the land of peace. Namo Amida Butsu, 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 So at this time I'd like to share some thoughts about the Dharma with you, but actually Thich Nhat Hanh's thoughts about the Dharma and about our life in this world. So I'm just going to read a few things for you today. Thich Nhat Hanh was especially known for his teachings on mindfulness and on the crucial importance of compassion and kindness for the happiness of all beings. He emphasized that the Buddhist path is a path of creating peace. Nhat Hanh also forcefully taught that it is our responsibility as Buddhists and as human beings to change the way we live in order to protect the natural environment. He emphasized the relationship between the way we live in the modern world and the harm that that way of life is doing to the earth. The first reading is called Great Mother Earth, and this was from 2014. Whatever nationality or culture we belong to, whatever religion we follow, whether we're Buddhists, Christians, Muslims, Jews, or atheists, we can all see that the earth is not inert matter. She is a great being who has herself given birth to many other great beings, including Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, prophets and saints, sons and daughters of God and humankind. The earth is a loving mother, nurturing and protecting all peoples and all species without discrimination. When you realize the earth is so much more than simply your environment, you'll be moved to protect her in the same way as you would yourself. This is the kind of awareness, the kind of awakening we need, and the future of the planet depends on whether we are able to cultivate this insight or not. The earth and all species on earth are in real danger. Yet, if we can develop a deep relationship with the earth, we'll have enough love, strength, and awakening in order to change our way of life. So those were the words of Thich Nhat Hanh. The next the next passage is also from 2014, and he said he's talking about the food we eat and the way we consume in this world. So I will now read his words. We need to consume in such a way that keeps our compassion alive. I think that's an important statement. I'm going to say it again, read it again. We need to consume in such a way that keeps our compassion alive. And yet, many of us consume in a way that is very violent. Forests are cut down to raise cattle for beef, or to grow grain for liquor, while millions in the world are dying of starvation. Reducing the amount of meat we eat and alcohol we consume by 50% is a true act of love for ourselves, for the earth, and for one another. Eating with compassion can already help transform the situation our planet is facing and restore balance to ourselves and the earth. That's the end of that quote. The next quote is about the fact that we are all brothers and sisters. We're all one family, and we need to really be aware of that, the deep importance of that brotherhood and sisterhood. He said, there's a revolution that needs to happen, and it starts from inside each one of us. We need to wake up and fall in love with Earth. Our love and admiration for the Earth has the power to unite us and remove all boundaries, all separation and discrimination. Centuries of individualism and competition have brought about tremendous destruction and alienation. We need to reestablish true communication, true communion with ourselves, with the earth, and with one another as children of the same mother. We need more than new technology to protect the planet. We need real community and cooperation. All civilizations are impermanent and must come to an end one day. But if we continue on our current course, there is no doubt that our civilization will be destroyed sooner than we think. The earth may need millions of years to heal, to retrieve her balance and restore her beauty. She will be able to recover, but we humans and many other species will disappear until the earth can generate conditions to bring us forth again in new forms. Once we can accept the impermanence of our civilization with peace, we will be liberated from our fear. Only then will we have the strength, awakening, and love we need to bring us together. Cherishing our precious earth, falling in love with the earth, is not an obligation. It is a matter of personal and collective happiness and survival. And that's the end of that quote. So now we'll move on. This is from an interview that he gave, Thich Nhat Hanh gave in 2014 also. Many of us do not know how to be truly present to the people we love and the wonders of life that are available in the present moment. Our minds are easily distracted, and the market constantly supplies us with new ways to keep our mind in this state. Our body is here, but our mind is lost in our plans regarding future, regret for what concerns the past, and the dissatisfaction and unease we feel in the present. Not long ago, we were invited to Google headquarters in California to teach the practice of mindfulness to more than 700 employees. The first thing that we shared with them was the practice of stopping, because in today's society we are always running. When we are able to stop, we can pay attention to everything that is happening in our bodies and in our minds, and this is the way in which we can begin to take care of ourselves. In the present moment, we already have more than enough conditions for our happiness. We just need to stop and recognize them in order to touch true happiness. As a Buddhist, and as a Buddhist monk and teacher, Thich Nhat Hanh always emphasized the teaching of non-self, the fundamental teaching of Buddhism, which is that everyone's being is a part of the being of all things. It doesn't exist separately. This is also the teaching of impermanence, in which we understand that everything changes, but the true self that we all are, always continues in the oneness of life. In his book, At Home in the World, published in 2016, Thich Nhat Hanh addressed his own inevitable death. He wrote, "This body of mine will disintegrate, but my actions will continue me. If you think I am only this body, then you have not truly seen me. When you look at my friends, you see my continuation. When you see someone walking with mindfulness and compassion, you know he is my continuation. I don't see why we have to say I will die, because I can already see myself in you, in other people, and in future generations. Even when the cloud is not there, it continues as snow or rain. It is impossible for the cloud to die. It can become rain or ice, but it cannot become nothing. The cloud does not need to have a soul in order to continue. There's no beginning and no end. I will never die. There will be a dissolution of this body, but that does not mean my death. I will continue always." So those were the words of Thich Nhat Hanh, and I hope you enjoyed listening to them today. I'm not going to add much of my own thoughts to them. I just let you hear his own voice, his own words, his own thoughts. And he's someone that I appreciate very much, and I think many people do. Most Buddhists do really appreciate his teachings. And if you're interested, I invite you to look into his many books that are published, and there's all kinds of information on the internet. So thank you so much for listening today. And at this time, we will continue with the Metta, or the loving kindness meditation. So let's close these thoughts now with the recitation of the Nembutsu, and then we will go on to the chanting of the loving kindness meditation. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. May all beings be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May I be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to me. May I live in peace and harmony. May my family be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my teachers be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my friends be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May strangers be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my enemies be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May all beings be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. Well, thank you very much for joining us today for this special service honoring Thich Nhat Hanh. I hope you enjoyed it and that it was meaningful for you. Our next service will be February 6th, YouTube service, and also tentatively an in-person service here in the temple. That depends on conditions, as we always have to say nowadays. So if you have questions, please call the temple for more information. And so next week we'll have more back to our regular format, and we will also have more information about upcoming events. So thank you so much, and let's conclude our service now by reciting the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.